What's up, friends and family? So a few of you may remember a few months ago, I had Chris from Reptiles and Dustin and Jerry from Scaleboxes talking all about the custom enclosure business. Well, I recently upgraded my enclosures, got rid of the plastic bins, spoke with Dustin over at Scaleboxes, and he was able to take care of a lot of my needs. Really great at providing a lot of custom detail. I changed the ventilation, I moved the height, I got a bigger substrate lip so that I could go, naturalistic and have plants and things like that. So I'm really pleased with the way they turned out. Dustin and Jerry did an awesome job, really knocked it out of the park. I'm super happy for my rainbow boas. They're big 4x2x2 enclosures, you can see. They take up big space behind me. I'm still trying to figure out exactly where I fit in this room with all the new stuff. I've got a cage down here, I've got the other cages there, which you can see the reflection in the glass there. But overall, I'm super happy with these. I wanted to ask those guys, when do you do it yourself and when do you go buy a custom enclosure, and how do you do both? Because that's what I did. I bought the enclosures from Dustin, and he really hooked me up as well. So I gotta say thank you so much to him and Scaleboxes, because he did a phenomenal job, and he really worked with me every step of the way. But I also asked for a few custom specifications, and I think that's the difference. You have to know exactly what it is you're looking for and be a smart, educated consumer. So that's what this question was all about. Check it out as Dustin and Jerry and Chris from Herptastic go over when to do DIY and when to purchase a ready-made enclosure, and just how to go about ordering. Check it out. One of my favorite things to do with the hobby is DIY. One of the things I love the tubs for is just being able to screw things in and screw them out, just modify, add in hides, all kinds of things like that, and building, and anyways, melting things with my heat gun to bend them around and things like that. I love to customize and love to change my enclosures all the time. What do you think is the best option for a consumer to buy what is essentially a shell of an enclosure and allow them to customize it themselves, or talk to you guys and build customizations right out the door to built into the enclosure, like if we're talking about shelving or anything like that? So how would you work with customers to do this? And let's start with you, Chris.
Well, so first off, I offer a 4x2 cage with a shelf and a 3x2 cage with a shelf. Simple shelf, it goes edge to edge. It's great for people with carpet pythons and whatnot. It's there. But otherwise, I really recommend people to get a bare enclosure, then take the time to do it the way they want to do it exactly. The PVC can be worked with any woodworking tool. It's very easy to drill holes into. One of the things I love to tell people to try is to take a manzanita bird perch and drill a hole through the PVC and screw the bird perch into the cage. It makes for a really nice climbing feature in the cage, really inexpensive.
Right, and then it's got that cool branch look in it too.
Exactly.
Right on. Dustin, Jerry, what would you guys say about that?
On that thing, that's basically more towards our gear set. You got the companies, they got these sizes. That's what they pump out. It's a good profit margin, but luckily we're more on the customer base, small scale, low output every week, relaxing. So on that note, like I said, every single customer I deal with multiple emails, multiple back and forths, making recommendations to them. They tell me ideas they have, and every customer, they get their own file, they get their own CNC, they get their own whatever they want. We'll do exactly what they want. A shelf, if they want to, this size, this high up, and everything turns out exactly to what they want, and we kind of go together with what they're thinking. If I can make their idea maybe a little better, or if I have an idea and they want to add on top of it, and then we work on it. But everything it's fun. It's really fun. You get people that come up with some really off the wall stuff, and it makes for great photos and great ideas that you would never think of that a reptile would actually, and they turn out nice when you see the photos in the aftermath in their homes and their reptiles utilizing these different little features and
Mm-hmm.
stuff that they came up with or you implemented inside. It's awesome. But in the long run, PVC is very easy to do anything with, to add. You can, like Chris said, you can just get the shell. Just get the shell and then sit back and take your time and plan and bring what you have to life inside of that cube.
Nice. And Chris, I saw you had an interesting post for a recent customer, something that was maybe not reptile related, right?
Yeah, we actually just made a dog incubator for a customer. Basically, very similar to a large cage with a secondary large cage attached to it. But we're going to put a humidifier and a heat panel in the one side, and then it's going to actually have a fan to blow the humid, warm air over to where the dog is going to actually be. Hopefully, I'm thinking it may end up being for whole litters. I'm not 100% sure, but definitely the customer has an oxygen sensor, and he's got an oxygen generator to actually add more oxygen in
Oh, wow.
so the dogs can get all sorts of treatments.
Yeah. And so that's pretty awesome. Like if you guys just, if it's an enclosure, you guys can build it. It doesn't have to be a snake rack or anything like that.